Hi, this video is going to go over receptive identification, just do a little bit of a review, and then going to then progress into how we can take one term, receptive ID, and take it into 2 terms and 3 terms, okay? So receptive ID is this idea that if you say, show me, pick, give me, and then you give them some type of target, a student is going to then be able to select that response based on your instruction in some type of way. So they can, if you say, show me, they can point it, they can hold it up, right? If you say give me, you hold out your palm, they can pick it up and put it in your hand. If you have a student who does not have great fine motor skills, it could just literally be a slap, right? Or if they need more planning, motor planning, you can separate the items and allow them to scan a little bit more so that when they do select and they're reaching for, you know what they have selected. So they have more of a weight, and then their reach is their selection response, right? Or with eye gaze, perhaps, if they don't have the ability to reach for an item or pick up an item, that you can use their eye gaze to see if they are selecting the correct response. It's all about a selection response based on your instruction. So that is receptive ID, being able to pick from a choice pool the correct response based on an instruction. So let's say you have a student who has a great receptive ID pool, okay? They have mastered hundreds of things, but they have not yet started to combine one term receptive ID into 2-term receptive ID. So what I'm saying is they can't make a selection based on 2 terms. So let's say we're going to use colors and nouns at the same time. So in front of you, you can see that I have a red crayon, a blue pen, and a red pen. So in this receptive identification, they're going to have to listen to 2 terms in order to have their selection be correct. So if I say to my son who's sitting here, show me the red crayon, they'll have to scan all of the items and pay attention to 2 terms in order to get it correct. Can you show me the red crayon? Point to it. That is correct. That is the red crayon. Very good. Okay? So, again, now we have entered into a 2-term receptive ID. They have to pay attention to 2 things in order to get their selection correct. Now, what you need to be mindful of is when you do put these things out and they have to listen to 2 terms, you need to have items in your choice pool that make them have to have that discrimination. They have to be able to pay attention to both terms in order to get it correct. They have to have that other discrimination in order for it. So if I were to take out this blue pen here and I said pick the blue crayon, right? They could be selecting that just based on color alone, right? They may not have to pay attention to the 2nd term. So when you have your choice pool, you have to make sure that you have both of those terms have a discrimination that the student has to make. All right, same thing for this, all right? Pick the red pen, right? Again, they could be paying attention to just color and not anything else, okay? So when you do that, you want to make sure that you have items that require that discrimination for both terms. So now we're going to enter into a 3-term receptive identification discrete trial. So over here you can see that I have a box, okay? So now we're going to take these terms and we're going to have a discrete trial that's based on color, noun, and preposition, all right? So my son now has to listen to 3 terms in order to get his listener selection response to be correct. All right, pick up the blue pen and put it under the box. That's correct. Very good. All right. So now we have introduced 3-term receptive ID. All right. So this is a good way to teach 3-term listener comprehension skills. And I'm going to now break into a table that shows you how to do this systematically so that you can reduce the amount of direct instruction you do with different terms and see if a student is able to recombine those terms spontaneously through generalization to make sure that their listener comprehension ability explodes So we're going to now break away and look at a table. It's called the matrix, and it will teach you how to do this in a systematic fashion.